This Italian statue, an iconic symbol of Venice, might actually be Chinese. I recently had the opportunity to visit Venice, and if you've ever been, you'll notice that there's this winged lion symbol everywhere. This picture is from St. Mark's Square, or Piazza San Marco, and I mention this because St. Mark is one of the symbols of the city as well. And in fact, in Christian iconography, St. Mark is often associated with a lion. So the lion is a symbol of St. Mark, who's a symbol of Venice because his relics are in the city. This statue on top of the eastern column in between the basilica and the Doge's palace is considered the oldest version of the statue. However, a recent study from the journal Antiquity actually suggests that the oldest elements of the statue are from the Tang Dynasty in China. Basically, different materials have different isotope ratios based on where they're from in the world. It kind of works like a chemical fingerprint. And basically, the study found that the copper ore used in the statue matches up really well with ore from the lower Yangtze River in China. And technically, that could just imply that the metal was from China, but then the statue was forged in Venice. But the actual style of the statue looks a lot like a Tang Dynasty Zhongmusho or tomb guardian. These are usually a little bit more scary looking, so it appears that the statue was modified with like horns and stuff removed. Which makes sense if it was originally from somewhere else and they modified it a little bit to make it more of a religious symbol. It likely traveled across the Silk Road around the time of Italian explorers like Marco Polo and his family. And it was likely brought back because it was a lion, which is a symbol of St. Mark, which is already a symbol for the city. And when I say city or Italian here, I don't mean it in a modern sense, because at that time, Venice was an independent republic, not part of some unified Italian nation. But this theory is pretty crazy because the winged lion is pretty much the symbol of Venice. It's almost like its mascot. And it potentially having foreign origins is almost like if Americans discovered that the Statue of Liberty was built by another country or something. Oh wait.